Hello and welcome back to the Eric Zane Show podcast. On Mondays, it's a little different than the other days where I have to break up the actual show because of the workplace staff meeting that goes on at the radio station. So, took care of that. Here we are. We're back. We're here. We're queer. I'm here. I'm queer. Puppy dogs. Darla's butt hurt because I said no. Because she has been whining at me, even though I just let her in. Just gave her some water. She went potty. I gave her a treat. You know, what the hell? I don't know. But now she's okay. So this weekend was marred by this. Pooh Bear spent... she went out Saturday to a birthday party. And then after the party, so that was like 6 p.m. And then she went to the birthday party. And then afterwards, she went out with a friend to have some drinks at the bar. It's a pizza / bar, Peppino's, whatever. Some of you are familiar with that. And she was there for like hours. And actually, I didn't even know she went there. I go, hey, is it time to come home? It's jammy time. Let's go. She goes, oh, yeah, just having a drink. Okay, cool. Hours pass. She gets dropped off. She didn't drive. And so at about 11 o'clock, she gets home, and I'm in bed. I'd been in bed for hours. 8:30, 9 o'clock, I'm in bed. Got the dogs, me. Pooh Bear's out gallivanting. Birthday party, celebration at somebody's house, and then out at the bar after. She comes in. It's jammy time, brushes her teeth, gets in bed. She lays down, and then what do you think happened next? Is it A, said, boy, I sure am tired, and went to bed? B, boy, that was a nice, eventful day having sodas with my friends? Or did she C, say, I got to barf, and get up and puked her guts out? And it wasn't like a little one. It was like a lot. Like you could hear, like it was all chunky and absurd. And she was in there driving the porcelain bus for extended time. And I go, maybe I should go in and see if she's okay. And then so I'm getting up, and then she comes out. She goes, I'm okay. I'm okay. And then she goes, I didn't drink. So now remember, in the last edition of this podcast, I said I was surrounded by liars. So I believe her, but I don't know. She wasn't acting drunk, I'll give her that. She didn't seem like she was slurring her words or anything like that. She said she had a drink, and later on she said she had 2 drinks. So, you know, evidence would suggest here that something might be going on. But I'm not going to ask many questions. So the story I was given was it's some type of crazy illness. So I'm just like, okay, all right. And she goes, I'm going to go sleep in the other room. I go, yeah, okay. So she wanders off, and in the middle of the night, the dog, Darla, gets up, and she's gone. And I can't figure out what she's so interested in, but there was something she was interested in, because I guess when Diana was barfing, she was throwing up everywhere but the toilet. And so there's puke everywhere in the bathroom, the floor, everywhere. But she's like Godzilla with the radiation breath, Projectile throwing up throughout the entire room. The walls are coated with barf. Now, I don't know this at the time, but she has attempted to clean it up, I guess. And she's like, I guess, a towel, but she just left the towel there. So the dog is going back to the puke, to like the puke towel. And so I don't know this till much later on, but I finally get Darla out of the bathroom, and I don't even know that this has happened, And then, so in the next morning, I wake up to use the restroom, and there's a towel with puke all over it. And I'm like, what the fuck happened here? This is the first time that I've had all I know is that she barfed and she's not drunk. But what actually happened was she barfed all over the goddamn place and then attempted to clean it up and didn't do a very good job of it, because she didn't really get rid of the towel or anything. So the dog is like rolling in puke, It's. So I wake up and I'm like, oh boy. So I get up early, because typically she usually lets the dogs out and lets me sleep on the weekend. But I said, well, I'm not going to be doing that, or she's not going to be doing that. So I got up on 6:30 and fed the dogs and cleaned the kitchen. And I'm looking at the clock, and the time's ticking by. 6:30, 7:30, 8:30. And I'm like, okay, it's 9. I go, well, I now I'm concerned that she's like alive, and she's in Madison's old room. So I kind of like slowly open the door, and I like peek in there, and there's no movement on the bed. I'm like, oh God, she's probably cold. And then Darla bashes her skull on the door, and the door goes flying open and hits the stopper when it opens up all the way. Bam! Darla jumps on her, and then Bruce jumps on her. She's like, what? I go, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I was coming trying to be gentle, but the dog busted in. I'm so sorry. I woke you up. I'm just glad you're okay. I was worried about you. I'm fine. I feel terrible. I wasn't drinking. I go, I know it. Oh my God, you're so sick. What can I get for you with this illness that you have, this horrible flu? Yeah, it's going around. I was talking to Madison. For her sorority girls, they all had it. So I go, yeah, oh my God, Jesus Christ, I can't believe it. I'm just going to stay here. Okay, no problem. I'll check back on you. Wander away. Now, I have not questioned the I'm not drunk story. Okay? At all. She sleeps more. Later on, she says, I don't know what it was. I wasn't. And actually, I went downstairs and I cleaned more. And then she goes, are you mad at me? And I go, mad at you? Why would I be mad at you? She goes, well, cause she's like, she goes, I didn't get up and I'm not, because I'm just laying in bed. I go, well, whatever. You're sick. Stay in bed. Come on now. And so I think maybe, my official opinion on this matter is this woman is sick and something has caused illness. All right. And we don't know what it is. But the one thing I can tell you it's not is it is not alcohol, because this woman has told me that. So that is what I'm saying. So now I don't know if some of you have, I'm sure all of you have the exact same opinion as to what is going on here, right? We all think that there is some type of flu that has affected this woman. She was fine all throughout Saturday, and then upon arriving at the birthday party, the illness was taking hold of her and making this woman sick. And then, not driving, had one drink, which later became two, the way it was described to me. And next thing I know, she's laying in bed and she's vomiting all over the place. I don't know. She gets up the strength to clean the bathroom. So she's on her hands and knees with the gloves on. And I go, oh, my God, that's Jesus, what happened? She goes, yeah, I missed. I go, oh, wow, fuck, shit, holy fuck, yeah. And I explained to her about the towel wasn't picked up and the dog was interested in it. She was really apologetic. Have you ever, gotten ill and you've been sorry that you're sick? Most people, that's how sweet she is. It's almost like she was drunk, because a lot of times you get drunk, get fucked up, and puke all over the place and sleep till noon. You feel bad, but she wasn't. And that's the story that I am going with. But anyway, she's cleaning the toilet, and then time passes later in the day. I go back in there, and it still smells like barf. I go, didn't you tell me you cleaned this? And I go, I saw you cleaning it. I go, it still smells like throw up in there. And she goes, oh, well, I'll do it again. I feel so bad. I just feel so bad. I go, hey, don't worry about it. You don't have to do it. I just didn't know what happened. Maybe there's tissue paper in the garbage can that stinks. No. So it's a very mysterious night. All right. Later in the day, she said, can you get me some crackers? Because that's something you eat when you're recovering from illness. You eat crackers. So she ate the crackers. And then she goes, can you make me some rice? Just some white jasmine rice. Of course. Made her some rice. She goes, boy, my stomach is I just feel terrible. I go, oh my God. This goes on. Today, she's at school. She says she still feels terrible. So she says a little better than yesterday, but still not great. All right. So that's it. I don't really have an ending on this story. Okay? Raise your hand if you think something that I don't think. Because I do not think that she was 100% fucked up and barfed up the food that she had and was massively bombed. I do not think that. Indicate on the chat whether or not you think she was extremely fucked. I have given you all the information that has. Here's the thing. When you're a skilled veteran like she is, she knows that what happens here in this house is going to happen here, right now. So she does have some chops when it comes to circumventing the truth. Okay? So who knows? But the story that I am telling you is that she had some type of illness that was not caused by alcohol. Jeremy says she's still hammered now. Piano Finger Banger says, nah, she's hungover as fuck. Maureen says she was bombed. Chris says, sounds like a hangover. I was hard at work. You might see a couple spots of like that little spackle on the wall there underneath that shelf. I actually got to work in repairing the wall. I put some drywall. You can't even see it. I'll show it to you right now. I did a little bit of it looks like it's not fixed, but there is no longer a hole in the wall there. That brown spot is drywall. I put it on backwards, though, because I'm stupid. But anyway, there is drywall on there, and now I'm in the process of refinishing the room. So I had a container, a bucket of that joint compound, and you put that on, and then you begin the process of putting that on, sandy, a little more, feather it out so it's not all wavy. And I've never been really good at that, but I'm hoping I do a fair job this time. So I've had that bucket of joint compound there for a long, long time. Like I bought it, I couldn't even tell you how long ago. And I learned something this weekend. I learned that joint compound, you open it up and it's like mud, you put it on the wall. I open it up and it's yellow with a lot of liquid on top. And in an instant, I take one look at it. I go, well, something's wrong. Typically, when you open it, it's ready to go. Maybe if I stir it. Now, what I learned is that this product, and all it is water, some type of, binding agent and gypsum. It's as if it was a bucket of milk that had been there for 1 year. It went bad. I opened it and I'm like, it looks weird. And then with a second later, I smell this horrific smell. Not that different than like spoiled milk or swamp. It was as if someone took a frozen puke dildo and jammed it up a rhino's ass repeatedly and then wiped the remains of it on my nose. That's how bad it smelled. And so I'm like, and it took me a little bit to understand that this is not going to work. So I'm like, well, maybe it just smells fucked up until I mix it. So I'm stirring. All the while, this is the same night as Diana. It's filling the room. Little do I know that this is a precursor for what is about to happen when she comes home and barfs everywhere but the goddamn toilet. And I'm stirring, and it's getting a little thicker, but not the way it's supposed to be. I have enough experience to know that this is wrong. It's not supposed to be soupy. So I put a little bit on the putty knife, and it just, as I go to put it on the wall, it just kind of fucking flows down all over the floor, all over my fucking shoe. And I'm like, this is not right. So I managed to get it somewhat thick enough to be able to get it on the wall and then put the tape on the joints. And then so this is terrible. I closed it up and then the whole house stunk. I mean, at least the upstairs smelled like really, really bad. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I opened up the window, put the fan in the window. I go, I got to get rid of this shit. So I left it here with the lid on it. And then the night's events with Diana barfing all over the place, but not drunk, happened. The next day, I go, well, maybe if I, with the lid on, shake it like a fucking paint shaker. And I'm shaking the whole goddamn thing. Maybe that's it. And then a little bit of it, because it's, I guess, a little bit squirted out, and instantly it stunk again. I was like, oh, fucking shit. So I took it outside and threw it away. It's gone. It's actually in the garbage can. Thank Christ. But I'm like, who knew that shit can rot. And I looked it up, joint compound rotting. And I guess, somehow bacteria breaks it down and it turns, what a fucking science experiment that was. I never knew that was a thing. I don't know. Maybe somebody jacked off into it when I didn't know it or something. But that was really, really bad. Really bad. Oh, my God. The Super Bowl is all set. The Eagles humiliated the Commanders. And the Chiefs, God damn it. Man, I felt so bad. The Bills were winning that game. And I think they were up, was it like with 5 or 6 minutes to go? Didn't they score with because in the second half, the first half, the Bills couldn't get anything going. And then in the second half, they started to get something going. They had 2 straight stops on the Chiefs, and they started to be able to run the ball. And they took the lead. And then this is all I think there was a 4th down, and Josh Allen ran it, and it looked like he got it to me, because you saw one referee run to one spot where he thought the ball should be, and the other ref thought something different. So they ended up going with the one that the ball wasn't so far, which meant that they turned it over on downs. Now, that is supposed to happen. The league office said, don't let them get the first down. You know the fake story about Josh Allen's, Patrick Mahomes' mom's father, which is Patrick Mahomes' grandfather. He's in hospice. Well, not really. They put a crisis actor in his place, took some pictures, and said, yeah, Mahomes' grandpa is into hospice. And then that meant that, now they've got a great storyline. And so we knew this was going to happen. Chiefs are going to Chiefs. They're going to the Super Bowl again. And they will probably win, because that's a great story. God, no one, when they did that 4th down, everyone in America knew, all right, that they were not going to allow the Bills to have that. I'm going to bring in one of the biggest Bills fans on the planet. Stu McAllister.
Eric Zane.
So everyone in America, I'm on the podcast, by the way. Everyone in America knew when Josh Allen got the first down that the refs were going to fuck you, right?
Oh, my God. Where do these refs live?
As soon as it happened, you could see the one ref was like, yeah, that's a first down. And the other one says, no, it's not, because we have to let the Chiefs win.
Yeah, I was like, oh, my God, I made a mistake. You're right. It's not a first down. My first day on the job. I'm an idiot.
God damn it.
Yeah, dude, I'm tired of it, man. Did we get this 2 years ago, Chiefs, Eagles? What the hell?
Yeah, I remember when you scored with 13 seconds to go and you managed to lose the goddamn game.
Every fucking year, dude.
The Lions fans have nothing on Bills fans when it comes to frustration. Nothing.
You got your 0-16 or whatever it was. That's pretty horrific.
No, that was great. That was awesome.
We celebrated.
Yes, that was fun. You go to the games, you beat people up, you get shit-faced, you get arrested. Who gives a fuck? But the Bills, this is serious shit. I can only imagine the number of the population in Buffalo that have killed themselves over the Bills.
A lot of suicide, a lot of domestic violence. It's fucking awful right now.
Were you at your bar that you go to watch it?
Yeah, Yeah, I was there. People were pissed.
Were there any fights or anything?
No, I mean, it was pretty much everybody who was there was a Bills fan. I think there were some random Lions fans who came because they knew we get a little weird and we party and whatever. And so they came out. Yeah, there was no problems with anybody, but yeah. We were mad though.
So in the second half, the Bills start dominating.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I thought it was happening, man. I thought it was happening.
And I forget how it went. You were up with like 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, we were up, and then they scored a touchdown, and they got the 2-pointer, and so they were up by 3. And then, I mean, I just assumed we had, 3 minutes left? I assumed Josh Allen was going to, right? And then go to overtime or some nonsense, and then we lose in overtime, but fuck.
God damn it. That is painful. That is really painful.
That is the difference between Bills and Lions fans. If we get teased every year being, we're pretty good, we're going to do it, and then we don't do it.
Man, that sucks. I seriously, I don't feel so bad as a Lions fan when I compare it to the Bills. Seriously.
Sure.
God damn it.
I saw a lot of Bills fans saying they've come to realize we'll never win it. And it's almost better if you just realize you're never going to win it. And then you're like, whatever. We're not supposed to win it. Whatever.
Yeah, I think that's safe. You're right. Yeah. You're never going to win it.
We're never going to win it. So who gives a fuck?
Do you think I don't think the Lions are going to win it either.
Probably. Yeah, the Lions will never win it.
No.
I'm just mad that it's the Chiefs. It's like anybody but the Chiefs. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that they have quickly become like the most hated team in the entire world. Do you have a preference? See, the thing is, you have the Chiefs that everybody hates, but the Eagles, everybody hates their fans.
The Eagles fans are the worst. You probably talked about that Eagle fan who ripped on the Green Bay Packer fan. Dear Lord.
No, I didn't catch that. What happened?
Oh, man, this guy was behind a Packer fan for the playoff game, and he kept calling the woman an ugly cunt. And the guy, the woman's fiance, was filming the whole thing. And the guy's like, oh, yeah, she's just a dumb fucking ugly cunt. And then the internet found out who he was. They found him. And dude lost his job and... Oh, yeah. It's not
man.
Good for him.
Yeah. You got to be careful. People the cell phone is almost as deadly as an AK-47.
Oh, for sure, man. For sure. You step outside your house, someone's probably recording you. You're on camera somewhere, man, whether you know it or not.
You better be on your best behavior. It's very difficult to get away with murder these days, and that's a bummer.
Yeah. Bummer.
All right. I ran into a Dippin' Dots dude at Van Andel Arena the other day.
Todd! You ran into Todd.
That's the guy. Nice dude.
Yeah. Todd's a good dude, man. He works in the suites. He's like I don't know, server or waiter.
Yeah, he's hospitality at Van Andel Arena. Oh, my God.
Yes. Yeah, he's a good dude, man. He's a good guy.
Have you gotten a new dog yet?
I did.
What did you get?
This is she's a little black dog, kind of like a mixture of a dachshund and Chihuahua, they think.
Where did you get the dog?
20 pounds. I got her from the Humane Society.
Oh, man. So you snuggled up and you got, what is the dog's name?
What's that?
What is the dog's name?
Lily.
Oh, I swear I've asked you this before. Oh, my God.
You did. It's okay.
Fuck
it's
me.
It's all good, man. I call her Squiggly Butt, though.
That's right. I remember now. All right. Don't yell at it. I love you.
I love you, too, man.
All right.
I'll talk to you, man.
Oh, hey, one more quick thing.
Oh, yeah.
Did you win greatest comic ever in Grand Rapids?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know how I got nominated. I don't know why I got nominated. So, yeah, I hope Ben won. I think it would be the funniest thing of all time if Ben won.
All right, buddy. Me too. Me too, because he's horrible.
I'll let you know if I find out who won.
Okay. Have a good one, man. See ya.
All right, man.
Bye. There you go, Stu McAllister. Cole with, how does the dog respond to yelling? All right. There was a Super Bowl related clip I wanted to play. What the fuck was it? Maybe I didn't. No. Well, anyway. So Taylor Swift and fucking A. I can't. I think I don't really have a team that I want to win. I don't really have any type of rooting interest in this game, but I will watch it. I will say this, when Mahomes is on, he's unbeatable. He makes plays happen that, like, there was a couple moments where, like, what's his name? Mahomes got the ball and just ran around on, like, an end around, and like, no one was there. It seems like they're really prepared. They know when a team is having a tendency to do something, what plays they can call that will get them a maximum amount of yardage quite quickly, and they'll take advantage of that until the opposition makes an adjustment. When I watch the Kansas City Chiefs, I think to myself, the Lions would have no chance against the Kansas City Chiefs. None whatsoever. The Lions, with the way they played football this year, very good, but I think the Chiefs playing playoff football, they play at a much higher level than what the Detroit Lions did all season. So Detroit is just not ready for prime time yet. No way. Big plays, yes. Flashy, gadget plays. But there was some real problems by the end of the year there. So that's just my opinion. I don't know if everybody's going to agree with that, but I know some people might actually get butthurt, but that's just the way it is. All right. This show is brought to you by the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Buy now, refinance later. You can reach out no matter where you are in the U.S. at 231-332-6505. 231-332-6505. So if you're getting set to take the plunge and you want to explore maybe buying a house, please allow Mario to be in the conversation when it comes to getting a mortgage. From anywhere in the U.S., 231-332-6505. The accountant of choice on the show to do our personal and professional tax returns between myself, my kids, the NFK, and this business, Tag Accounting and Tax Services. No matter where you are in the U.S., if you want your tax return, your personal tax return done perfectly and getting the most money out of your return this tax year, reach out. The website is tagcpa.net. That's tagcpa.net. Great team over there can help you out with everything. No matter where you are, you upload your material via their online portal, and away you go. Call or send an email to get started. Troy at tagcpa.net or call 616-301-9516 for Tag Accounting. Awesome. Book a paintball event at TC Paintball. Online at tcpaintballgr.com. Whether it's some workplace team building, a bachelor party, the kids in the neighborhood, just want to have some fun with your pals, reach out. tcpaintballgr.com, a paintball destination in the great state of Michigan. People make the trip to TC Paintball. All right. Chris says, I just sent over my W-2s to him. Yep. Darn right. Okay. Pause in the action. EZ has to go tinkle in the puke bathroom, which it still smells like puke. I will be back. All right. Welcome back. Wait a minute. You didn't leave. I left. Good to be back. Starman314 says puke bathroom equals penalty box. Let's see. Where do I want to go now? I think, there was big news over the weekend where Trump wrapping up his first week in office. He rounded up a bunch of people that were in the country illegally. He put them in chains. They're handcuffed. They're shackled around the ankles. And he opened up one of those military transport planes. And he said, everybody get in there. And so they all marched in. And then it opens up or closes after it was open. And then it takes off. Now, this batch of people, there was 2 full, massive transport planes full of Colombians. So they're going to fly to Colombia, land, drop these fuckers off, and then that's the end of it. I don't know where these people came from. I'm guessing they were in their homes, living their best life, working very hard. Trump says they're all murderers and rapists. And I guess that's possible, that they all might be into rape and murder and drug trafficking. We don't know. I'm just going to assume, though, that these people are, actual family men and women and children. So the planes are full of, there's children in car seats that are handcuffed and their legs are cuffed. They can't walk anyway, but their pets are in chains. They're all in these big ass fucking planes, and they're flying over, and they're hungry. So the pilot opens up the window and just starts throwing fucking raisins and crackers and shit back there. He goes, here, eat up, you goddamn Colombian rapist. And children, little girls. And then they land in Colombia. And then the president of Colombia is there and says, fuck you. You are not dropping these people off here. Take them back. And the president of Colombia, I forget the person's name. I don't even know if it's a man or a woman, writes on social media, fuck you, Trump. Take these people back or else. So Trump, he goes on social media and he says, no, fuck you. You take these people back or else we're going to, he says, give you a tariff. Now, I think I know what that means. I think that means that, like, if Joe Blow Coffee Company wants to import his coffee, it's now going to cost him a ton more because of the tariff. It's like an extra fee. So then the president of Colombia says, oh, yeah, asshole? Well, fuck you again. If you give us tariffs, then we're going to slap an additional tax on everything coming from America to Colombia. And Trump said, double fuck you, triple fuck you. I raise you a fuck you. You take those people or else. And as of today, it worked. The BBC is reporting that Colombia has yielded on the U.S. deportation flights to avert a trade war. Sorry about that. That was just a helicopter landing. This is the image. Look at Trump's press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, posted this picture on X on the 24th of January, announcing the deportation flights had begun. This is the same plane that they used in that fucking movie where Harrison Ford was like the president. I think it was called Star Wars. So here these guys are. They got their chains around their ankles. You thought I was kidding. Get your fucking ass in there. The average height of these adult men is 5'1". Now, the guy in front, he's a baker. This second guy here, he runs a gym. This dude right here, he owns a daycare. This fourth guy in line, he's a rapist. This fifth guy, he's the stay-at-home dad. This sixth guy, he's a doctor. This seventh guy is a dentist. Eighth guy, he owns a sanitation company. And number 9, he is a what do you call it? Fucking machinist. These are the occupations of these guys. So that's it, Air Force One. So then they all get on the plane, and Trump says, fuck you, you're leaving. Right after that, right after this picture was shot, about 15 little girls on tricycles with tassels on the handlebars, ringing bells, rode up that ramp. All right? They said, yeah, hey, daddy's in there. Go get him. Go get him. And the little children, got up speed, and a couple of them didn't quite make the ramp. And they very gently fell over, fell off the thing. Said, no, this is fun. Go on in there. And the kids are like, yay! And they rode right up there. Some elderly people in wheelchairs, they were wheeled up there too. Right after these guys and that rapist made their way on. And this is what it's going to be for the next 4 years. All these people are going now to these foreign countries. They are being deported. Trump says, I am so excited about getting these people out of my country. Cool says there was no murderers in that group. That's not. I take it back. There was one murderer. There was a 7-year-old who slaughtered a family of 5. So that kid's out. Jeremy wrote something very long. So that's where we are right now. But I just find it interesting that Trump said, they got into a big fuck you war. And by the way, that president of Colombia is Gustavo Petro. Last time I remember, one thing I remember about the name Gustavo was Gustavo Fring, the Chilean from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Let's see. Caroline Leavitt, the spokesperson for the White House, said, today's events make it clear to the world that America is respected again. Now, I don't know about that, but if you are Trump, after getting into that little spat and they relented, you feel good. Your behavior has been rewarded, and you're going to keep doing that now. Tariffs, and she added that tariffs and sanctions which the Trump administration had threatened to impose on Colombia, should it not comply, would be held in reserve and not signed unless Colombia fails to honor this agreement. She also said that Trump expects all other nations of the world to fully cooperate in accepting deportation of their citizens illegally present in the United States. Now, look, I'll tell you this. While Trump is a psychopath, all right, and while he is taking hardworking, sweet, loving, great families that are in this country illegally, that I wish they were staying, he is going to work very, very hard at making sure that this comes true, getting these people out of our country. All right? Now, while I cannot support his behavior of deporting all of these amazing workers and occasionally a rapist or a murderer, I want those people in our country. Like if I had to choose between 5 million hard workers, but there's a few murderers or rapists, I say so be it. That's how I feel. And I hope you do too. Now, because there's a handful of bad apples and bad actors, all of these amazing immigrants who essentially are Americans. I mean, they are the epitome of like the can-do generation. When too many young Americans are saying, things are hard, I don't want to do it, it's hard. Like Amanda last week on the Fatathon. That's what a number of Americans are doing these days. They're like, oh, God, I don't want to try on shit. It's hard. These fucking immigrants, these illegal immigrants are living the dream. They're the hardest working people in the goddamn room. 4 hours sleep, no problem. 7 days a week, God damn it. Sign me up. I cannot believe we are showing the hardest working Americans / illegal immigrants the goddamn door. Jesus Christ. Tophus says, you watch what happens when he deports more people. Agriculture is going to take a massive hit. You know, I originally didn't believe that, but now I do. Because I've seen enough evidence that is exactly what's going to happen. Joe Martinez has been talking about that for a long time. Now, Joe is a legal American. He was born here in the U.S., which, by the way, Trump wants that not to be a thing. If your parents are illegal when they give birth to you in the U.S., yeah, fuck you. That baby is going to come out of the vagina, and then Trump himself is going to put shackles on that newborn before even anything is wiped off the baby. That baby is going to have little teeny tiny shackles on its ankles and on its wrists. And then he's going to take the baby and put it onto the breast of the mother and say, you must take care of this baby. We will swaddle it in the flag of your country, and we will wheel your giant vaginaed ass out of here onto a plane, and we will take you to your country. That is what we are doing now. And you know what? We have to get on board. So I am here to now watch it. There is nothing we can say or do that is going to change us. So you might as well enjoy it. Tophus is furious. I can't even read all of the things he's fucking writing here. It just doesn't, I don't have the time or the energy to get into it, but he is clearly freaking out. And I cannot believe that Nick is not poking that bear. Nick says just airdrop them with a parachute line. The suggestion being that these Colombians, 9 out of 10 are hardworking American illegal immigrants, and 1 is a convicted felon. They would just have the hook and just push them out of the plane, airdrop them out, and then they just fall down into Colombia. I think that actually is expected to happen before too long. My God. That's a lot to process, but that is the way it is. So week 1 of Trump's presidency, if I'm Trump and I'm looking back on what I accomplished, these are all things he planned on, okay? Wiping out the 14th Amendment, in his world at least. I don't think that's going to stand, but it might. Who knows? He kicked the Colombians out. He started a fucking social media war with the president of Colombia that he won. What else did he do? He cut the funding to Fauci and a whole bunch of other shit when he signed those executive orders. My God. That's something. That's saying something. Okay, in the community of Battle Creek, Michigan, I guess when it comes to serving a subpoena, they give that job to the cadets of the police department. So a cadet is like, he's working towards being a cop, right? You're like a newbie. Hey, go serve this subpoena. I don't know. Says you got to show up to court. So now Battle Creek has a lot of areas that are a hard living line area, as we all know on this show, that carries a lot of weight. Well, this cop goes and bangs on the door of this hard living line house, and then a little kid answers the door. It's a 5-year-old, and so the little guy answers the door, and he kind of opens it and peers out, and the cop goes, "Hey, little fella, how are you?" The kid kind of scrunches up his face and then opens up the door, and the kid flashes a goddamn knife. The kid's got a fucking knife. Most cops today would just shoot that kid. And I bet you're thinking that's where this story is going to go. But no, it's not. So just get that out of your head. And I've got a video story that goes along with this in a second, but I like kind of describing it. Stevie says, I just saw this on the news. This is one of my favorite fucking stories in a long time. And the kid or the cop goes, is mom or dad here? And the kid kind of has a knife in his hand, closes the door. Cop standing like, God damn, what the fuck have I gotten myself into? The cadet, I should say. Then the door opens back up, and it's the kid again. And no longer does he have the knife. Instead, he has a gun. So now the 5-year-old's got a pistola. Nick says, I picture the feral kid from Road Warrior. Yes! You said Road Warrior 2. Wasn't that in the first one? I think it was in the first one. Well, the cadet does a goddamn John Wick and disarms the kid. That is where we picked this up. Here we go.
Are in custody in Battle Creek after a cadet disarmed a child who came to the door with a loaded gun. News 8's Josh Sanchez has the latest details on the case and spoke with the grandfather of the child.
Oh, yes. Look at this, dude. Okay. Right when it rebooted, it showed you the image of the guy.
About the incident.
Battle Creek police say what started as a call to serve a subpoena escalated when a child answered the front door with a knife and then again with a loaded handgun.
Police say it happened around 9:40 Saturday morning when a police cadet was delivering a subpoena to a house on Inn Road. A child answered the door with a...
Okay, here's the front door. They've got a no stupid people beyond this point sign. They got the don't tread on me sign, beware of dog sign. And then the want to meet God sign. And it looks like there's, I can see a character holding 2 pistols. So no surprise. The kid learned from the fucking Ruby Ridge handbook how to handle the cops.
The large kitchen knife. The cadet asked the child to have an adult come to the door and then called for a road patrol officer. When the 5-year-old came back to the door, police say they had a loaded handgun that the cadet took from the child. When police got on scene, a woman and 2 men were found inside the house. They were detained and taken to the police department for questioning. Police say the house was found to be in a, quote, deplorable condition, prompting a call to code compliance officers who condemned the house. 5 children, ranging from 8 years old to 6 months old, were turned over to Child Protective Services.
Okay, here's another image of the house. Let's kind of like break this down. That's a suitcase. That's a bucket of some type. More containers, some shelving, another tote, reserved parking sign, more shelving. No trespassing, no dumping sign. Too late.
One of the children was transported to a hospital in Battle Creek and then to one in Kalamazoo because of health concerns.
My grandson.
Okay. Now this, this is Grandpa. This is hard living line, textbook hard living line.
Health concerns.
My grandson.
I spoke to the father of the woman who says she was living with the father of the
And
kids.
this grandpa is probably like 30 here.
Along with the man's friend. He says his daughter had called police earlier in the week.
After what happened with her baby's daddy throwing.
Okay. Her baby's daddy?
Of her baby's daddy throwing all of her kids' stuff out and everything, and she happened to get out here and scrape through the snow to find them. You know, they tore the house up on the inside, smashed everything. Everything was smashed on the floor.
While he says more should have been done to remove his daughter and the children to a safer place, right now he's focusing on gaining custody of his grandchildren.
I love my daughter.
Yeah, right.
My grandkids. I want to see everybody back together as a family again.
Oh,
that's all.
Let's hope not.
Police are pursuing weapons and neglect-related charges through the Calhoun County Prosecutor's Office. In Battle Creek, Josh Sanchez.
His heart says yes, but his fucked up teeth say no. Ugh. No. Kenny writes, he said, quote, with her baby daddy. Yeah. Kenny, look, that is not good for your spiritual soul if you're going to fire off cracks about this poor guy. You can't be on here 2 hours ago talking about you needed to distance yourself from the show to save your soul, and then you're attacking this retard on that story. You're supposed to be saying, now, he's got a good heart, or something like that. Or we need to support him, or something like that. You can't be contributing to, like, this nonsense. I think it doesn't feel right to me. I think the only thing you can say at this stage of the game while you're eating your tofu burger is easy. Let's have a fundraiser for him. You can't talk about how you're reading the Bible and then trying to help cleanse your soul of this, whatever this horrible heretic-laden show brings you, and then like contribute to the catastrophe that it is. To me, you're really causing a conflict in your soul here, and you should be careful. Jeremy says, Kenny the heretic. No, Kenny's not the heretic. I'm the heretic. Kenny says, so you want me to leave? No, I wouldn't dream of that. I'm just saying, I know that this show is bad for your spiritual soul. And if you're going to contribute to the insults and the attacking of these poor people, I don't know if that's going to assist your spiritual soul. That's all I'm saying. So you can only make comments, I think, that help you spiritually. He says he did not insult anyone. All right, well, if you say so. Seemed a little mocking to me. somewhat suspicious. Now, if you had said, that guy said, he said with her baby daddy, we should pray for him. Or he said with her baby daddy, let's allow him to move into our home with his family. I think that would have been more on brand with this new Kenny, who is spiritually and nutritionally sound now after 21 days of his Solomon diet. Or Solomon, what is it called again? It's a David fast. The David fast is taken from the Bible, where the guy got the coat with all the different colors. And then they made him the king. And then you fast and you are the king. No, I'm with you. We are on the same page. I think it's wonderful. Chris from Buffalo, who's wincing over the Bills catastrophe. So what is that wine and Jesus? I don't know what you mean by that. I sent a text over to Chris in Buffalo, and he didn't know it was me. I wrote, he got a rando text from me with a random number. He doesn't know, and he wrote, what the fuck is going on with this game? And he wrote, I don't have a goddamn clue. And then right when I was texting him, but he doesn't know it's me, the Bills got a touchdown. So I wrote, oh, now that's what I'm talking about. I said, that was huge. He goes, wait, is this the Toon Man? And I said, yeah, you cock, Toon Man in the house. He said, I just thought it was a random fuck. So I usually just fuck with him. And I wrote, yeah, Toon Man rocking and rolling you. You're going to want to get drenched by this storm. And then they lost. Goddamn Bills. I don't know how you guys put up with this shit. I don't know how you're able to survive that. How do you do that? I mean, we just lost a playoff game this year and last year. You've been doing this for decades. Ladies and gentlemen, we are moments away from the asshole of the day today. And I don't know what the fuck I talk about on this show. So if you could, can you please give me some nominations for the asshole of the day? Now, on Friday, Kenny was nominated, or he won, actually, the asshole of the day. And I don't even know why you won it. I think I was saying that you were fucking with me or something like that. It was all in good fun. I don't want you to take that the wrong way. I'm just glad you're back. Even if you are like, having to get a spiritual departure from the show and cleanse your soul of the evil that it is. In fact, we should maybe consider a segment called Kenny's Evangelization Minute. Maybe, what do you think? Thank you to the Green Medicine Shop. Online at thegreenmedicineshop.com. You can buy cannabis anywhere in Michigan, but I want you to try the Green Medicine Shop. They're in Greenville, Michigan. I know that's a little bit off the familiar road that you're on, but they're my sponsor, for God's sake. So go there and pick up your 10 ounces that you're allowed to transport in the great state of Michigan and support my sponsors. I appreciate that so very much. Frank Fuss from My Policy Shop Insurance is a legend when it comes to health care. At healthcare.gov, he can help you every step of the way. If you are without health insurance, you need health insurance. So I suggest you reach out to Frank at buyinsurancehere.com. That's buyinsurancehere.com. Fill out the form, and he can help you every step of the way with your healthcare.gov policy. Healthcare.gov, I guess customers, they'd be called, are folks typically who are self-employed in between jobs or the boss does not offer healthcare. Get started today at buyinsurancehere.com. That is buyinsurancehere.com. My friends over at King's Room Barbershop are expecting a visit from your old pal EZ. 3 locations, Northland Drive, Caledonia, and at 821 36th Street. I just noticed something. This camera's so sharp, you can actually see all the dog hair on my fucking sweatshirt. God damn it. KingsRoomBarbershop.net. Go get a haircut. 3 locations, as I said. And you can go to kingsroom.net for exact locations. And, of course, for schedules as to when they are, where they are. Bob says the Bills. I don't get this. I don't understand the anger towards Kenny. Nakua Matata writes, asshole of the day, Kenny for being a hypocrite. Are you kidding me? What do you mean being a hypocrite? That is nonsense. Cole writes, asshole of the day, Kenny for joining a vegan cult. Well, that's just hysterical. I don't think he's in any type of cult, nor is he a vegan. He did a 21-day cleanse of meat, and today he just wrote that he's having a salami sandwich. So he's done with that, and he did say that he needed to take a break from the show for, and I don't know, was it harming him? I guess he didn't really say, but he's back, so that's all that matters. Jesus Christ. Let's see. Assholes of the day, the Chiefs. Yeah, I don't know. I guess. I'm just too lazy to think of one now. There you go. That's your asshole of the day, the Chiefs. I'll take it. It could have been that family in Battle Creek that allowed their kid to bring a pistol to the door. But that's actually great. I'm glad they did that so we can get that story. I have Patreon coming up a little bit later on. You can find it at patreon.com/Eric Zane. I appreciate you all so much. And as always, I thank you for being part of the podcast. Whether it's good or bad for your spiritual soul, I hope it's good. Talk to you on the Patreon, and I'll talk to you later on tomorrow if you're not on the Patreon. Thank you so much. Have a good one, and bye-bye.